2014 world champion in long distance triathlon, interviewing her for the book. So hello.
Hi there, how are you?
Good, how are you going?
Very well, thank you. It's a pleasure to be with you.
Thank you. Yeah, you too. I'm really looking forward to sharing your story with the audience because it's just such a fabulous story. And yeah, the way that we originally connected was from you telling me about that amazing turnaround in your career. So if you could share that with everyone, that would be wonderful.
Great. Well, I suppose in 2012, I was a regular girl living a regular life, ticking the boxes of society. We all know what that feels like. The should have a job, the should have a boyfriend, should get a car and a house and a mortgage and all of that good stuff we're sold about.
Yeah.
And I realized I was just existing and not living. So I chose to do what I loved, which was I lived in the Blue Mountains of New South Wales at the time. So I started to run, reconnect with nature and myself. And running took me to the swimming pool, and it also took me to my bicycle. So the natural transgression was towards triathlon, which I swim, cycled, run regularly by myself.
Yep.
I entered competitions. My second one I won, which crowned me national champion for my age in Australia.
Yeah.
And World Championships. So 11 months after my first triathlon, I'm flying to China where I compete for Australia, and I win that too as well, which earned me my title of world champion.
Awesome. That's so good.
Yeah, I was pretty stoked.
I can imagine. Yeah. So I'd love to hear about what happened that night that you sort of had your epiphany, so to speak.
Sure. Well, once I started to train by myself, I realized it was much easier, and with a coach, to someone to protect me from injury as much as make sure I got the best out of my body. And I did recruit a coach to write my program. Yet I realized that the training was actually sucking up my life, basically, if I have to be sort of very dramatic about it.
Yep.
It was very regimented. You get up at this time, you eat at this time, your body is secondary. My way is the rules. And I was disconnecting from the journey, and the journey to me is life. And it's not all the accolades. So one night, in a state of rebellion, it was a full moon. I live in the Blue Mountains.
Of course it was.
It was 2 o'clock at night. I was tired. I was just come back from training, and I had an argument with my coach. I was up too late because it was 9:30 bed rules. I am 36, just in the gap. I'm not a junior. And so I grabbed my head torch and a sleeping bag, and I just ran. I ran through the forest. I ran using the head torch for the ground, but also the moon to light the way, and found a tree next to this cliff edge of sandstone, and I fell asleep. And I woke up to this glorious sunrise, and it just reminded me that life is about connecting to your body and yourself and your journey. And yes, it's nice to get external acknowledgement, but that's not why we do this. And this is what it's all about. So I listen to my heart, I listen to my body, and I still swim, cycle, and run.
Yep.
And I always do it with a smile.
Oh, that's just amazing. And what happened? What was the first changes that you put into place when you decided that you were in charge of your body?
Well, I chose to listen to myself.
Yeah.
So my alarm clock is not set any morning. If my body needs a little sleep, it sleeps. If it wakes up at 4 or 5 in the morning, then when I'm hungry, not because the alarm goes off again. And I'm blessed that I do work for myself, so I'm much more intuitive to follow. If I'm tired, I sleep. If I'm awake, I do things, and I'm getting great results. I feel a lot healthier and happier. My mood swings are lower as well, so it's not just impacting the cells.
That's always cool. amazing. You look so beautiful and so vibrant, and yeah, I can see in you, in your aura, in your eyes, that you're obviously spot on the right path for where you're meant to be.
Thank you.
No doubt about that. Could I also ask you, because I really love to specifically help everybody from the alternative cultures that don't really identify with mainstream fitness and beauty imagery, what would be your beautiful, extremely valuable top tip that you could sort of give in terms of sustainability and keeping true to your the love of what you do for your body, for those people?
Yeah, I mean, it is a fine balance to find, to listen to your body and rest and just be lazy, because our body love to relax. And when you start to train for for more mainstream sports, you do hours in. So one question I consistently ask myself is, how can it get any better than this? If I'm having a bad day, it's a great question to pick you up and still acknowledge good things happened, which is you had a day, if that's the only positive you can see. But it also pushes me to ensure that I'm being honest to my body, and I'm not just using the excuse of good pain, muscles working pain, to stopping the session. So how can it get any better than this?
Oh, that's a great tip. Thank you. I think so many people will get so much out of that. It's really, really important to stay in balance. And I think, the more in balance that we are, the more in balance we are, the more successful we can actually be. So, yeah, we're certainly like-minded in those ways, aren't we?
Definitely. That's why we connected, which is great.
Yeah, thank you so much for sharing your amazingly valuable story and tips with the audience.
My pleasure.
And thank you very much. It's been really nice to chat with you today.
Likewise.
And I'll include the links to your work in the description, so people will be able to find you and be able to find me as well, and we can chat again really soon.
That'd be great. And when we're ready, I'll edit this and put it on my YouTube site as well, and put links to your information so we can cross-pollinate.
Yeah, that's a great idea. Yep, definitely. All right then. Well, I'll chat with you again really soon, and you have a great arvo.
Okay, thanks so much, Race.
Love ya. Bye.
Bye. Bye.